Doctor Who The Macra Terror, the fifth story of the second Doctor, is written by Ian Stewart Black and starring Patrick Troughton, Anika Wills, Michael Craze and Fraser Hines. So the name of the story was going to be The Spider-Men, as you can see why they wouldn't, The Insect Men, and then Macras, but obviously it became The Macra Terror. So Bernard Lodge and Ben Palmer created a new opening title sequence with Patrick Troughton's face on, which looks really cool. Sadly, the story is missing from the BBC archives, but with a couple of survived footages, which looked pretty grim. Sadly, I don't get to see the whole of it in live action. So they released the animation 26th of December 2019. The story starts with the Doctor and his companion seeing the Macra's claw, and the title sequence we get a great opening with the Heartbeats kind of soundtrack. Then we have a nice futuristic holiday camp with the band playing some music, dancing and enjoying themselves. And there's Medoc trying to escape from the police with Ola getting after him. So the TARDIS team arrived in Earth Colony after seeing that giant claw on the time scanner. So there's Medoc on the run and Ben managed to restrain him, so Ola thanks them and welcomes them to Colony. And Jamie doesn't seem to understand people there, and they got to meet the controller. Plus that sound effect is pretty timeless. As Questa is asking Medoc about seeing things, Medoc gets taken to jail. So the Doctor goes to see him in the cell asking about the creatures, but Medoc pushed past the Doctor as he got free. So then Ola and Pilot arrived, so Ola wanted the Doctor arrested for letting the prisoner escape, but the Pilot knows the Doctor doesn't know the law. So the TARDIS team gets taken to the controller, but because of the alarm the Doctor disappeared off and gets caught by Medoc and he sends him back. The curfew gets announced, so the Doctor sneaks to find Medoc. So they went patrolling in the city at night, and at that building site they see the Macra coming towards them with a scary cliffhanger. As the Macra disappears off, Medoc shouted that he wasn't seeing things, which gave the hiding place away, and gets captured by Ola and his guards. And they get taken to the Pilot, and the Pilot thinks the Doctor has committed a crime. As they brought Medoc in, he tells them that the Doctor was trying to take him back in his cell. So the Pilot apologises to the Doctor, and Medoc gets taken to hospital for recorrection and be like everyone else, because the colony was founded by the ancestors and their idea is to keep everyone happy, and Pilots wanted to keep it that way. Later on, as the Doctor's companions are sleeping about to get brainwashed by a voice, Jamie woke up and tries to warn Ben, but he's just having none of it. So the Doctor came in and woke everyone up. He damages the speakers, and sadly Ben is possessed. So he tells Ola about the Doctor's actions and he gets taken away, so Polly left and Ben went after her in the city. The clip of it survives on the scene where Polly gets attacked by the Macra and Ben rescues her, which looks really scary, and it's something that you'd see in a horror film. Meanwhile, the Doctor damages the speakers, then Ben and Polly arrived as Polly mentions what she saw. Ben denies it, but then we see the controller, who's an old man and gets grabbed by a Macra, which is pretty grim. Again, I love Patrick Troughton as the second Doctor. He's fun, caring, and does have a lot of great moments and funny moments throughout his time as the Doctor. Anika Wills as Polly is a great character. The way she screams is great acting. Michael Craze as Ben Jackson is canny. He played it so well when he gets possessed. Fraser Hines as Jamie McCrimmon has great chemistry with the Doctor and his companions. Not gonna lie, they're all great companions. Peter Jeffrey plays Pilot, who's a senior executive of the colony. Terence Lodge played Medoc, who lives on colony and he sees Macra, but everyone sees him unwell. Gerton Klauber played Ola, the police captain of the colony. Graham Lehman played the controller, the boss of colony. The cast did really well. I can tell they're having fun with the role they're given to. The Macra are the giant crab creatures that feed on gas that's poison to humans. I saw the survived clip and it's done well for low budget, and it's great that they brought the Macra back for Gridlock, and I'd love to see more of them on screen. The animation is great as well, you get to watch it in colour, but I prefer watching it in black and white. I love the music in this, especially Chromophone Band. It's so catchy and I do listen to that music every now and then. As far as I've seen on the animation, which I'm sure it would be on live action with the band playing, and that music is really ahead of its time. So in part 3, the control tells everyone to forget what they see, so Pilot tells Ben to keep an eye on his friends. The Doctor seems to be irritated by a song. As the Doctor, Polly, Jamie and Medoc are taken to a fissure, they notice that Ben is being mind controlled. So Polly, Jamie and Medoc connects the large cable as the gas has leaked and they're trying to stop it. Plus the gas is pretty fatal, so the Doctor is writing calculations on the boards and the Pilot thinks he's stolen the formula, but the Doctor has worked it out in his head. So a fissure gets gassed, so he gets helped out of the tunnel. Jamie goes along and Medoc went to find him. While the Doctor is talking to Control, we get an intense moment where Jamie is running underground, seeing green slime on the floor, and the Macra arrives. While Ben is trying to get his head straight, he goes off to the Pilot, but he's not in his office. We get an intense cliffhanger when Jamie is in the green area and the Macra went towards him. And that music really fits in well. So the Doctor figured out about the gas and tries to reverse it. While Jamie is trying to get away from the Macra, the bit where he's surrounded is so intense. Even though we know he's not going to die, but watching it at the time of release, my god! So Fisher sends Ola and the guards to get after the Doctor and Polly, so they manage to seal themselves in the pipe room. After the gas is gone where Jamie is, both Macras moved away from him, but then the gas came in by the time he reached to the lift. So he went up and arrived where the bands are rehearsing a song. So he pretends that he's rehearsing and Jamie does a great dance there. So Ola and his guards arrive and Jamie gets arrested. So after the Doctor and Polly sees a room full of Macra, he goes to Pilot office and reunites with Jamie. So they went back to that room as Ben is hiding. So after a mixture of combustible gases exploded, everyone celebrates as Macra dies and they're free from it. Fantastic ending. The Doctor realises that he could be the next Pilot, so they got out of the dancing area and back into the TARDIS. This story is really ahead of its time with the music, sounds and everything. The animation, like I said, is great. What did you think of this story? Did you watch it in black and white or colour or even telesnaps? Drop your thoughts in the comments down below. As always, thanks for watching and see you in the next video.